Today's video is brought to you by Beautiful Halo. Thank you so much for sponsoring me, first of all. And if you guys would like some good quality anime merch, you can go to Beautiful Halo, link in the description below. And on your next $49 plus order, you can get 5% off with the code MEME. And if it's $99 plus, you can get 10% off with the same code MEME, M-I-M-E. Let's get right into the video. Welcome back, what? Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is What If Naruto Went Back in Time, Part 3 finale. Last time we left off with Naruto actually meeting Sasuke again, and here, of course, he doesn't get too pissed because he knows that this already happened, and he just has to play with it. But of course, Sasuke does try to get into his mind, which Naruto doesn't allow this, because if Sasuke got into his mind, he would see, Hagoromo's chakra, and he would suspect what that is. Anywho, of course, now Sasuke still retreats as per normal, and yeah, it is what it is. Now, of course, Naruto returns to the village to actually find out about, Kakazu and Hidan, and everything that happened with the team 10, and so he actually goes on to help them straight away here. Of course, they wait a week, but still Naruto goes, and of course here the things go pretty similar, just that Naruto actually decides to have a bit of fun. Of course, the similarity is just Hidan getting taken care of by Shikamaru. And something I forgot to mention at the beginning of this wave is that this might be a shorter part, because a lot of it will be as the original Boys ways. I'm sorry if it is short. If it's like really short, 20 minutes, I'm probably going to do a double upload, so it is what it is. Anywho, after this, but of course if it's over 30 minutes, it's gonna be one upload, because I need to save videos. Anywho, now of course Naruto actually begins his fight with the Kakazu, and here, remember, Naruto is pretty much a Kage level fighter by now, and he has a lot of the power that he had in the original, or at the end of the war arc, just that, except for the Tail Beast's chakra, because he can't unlock that, but he has the Truth Seeker orbs. And Naruto actually decides to go all out with his ice release. Here is Naruto just going all out, having fun just with ice. And so basically Naruto's just stabbing the hearts with ice all around. But of course, at first he missed, because he's not too used to actually fighting an S-rank shinobi with ice. Usually he could take out Kakazu in seconds, to be honest. Literally, he can teleport behind him, kick him once, then Rasen Shuriken him into oblivion. Kakazu really stands no chance against Naruto, so Naruto takes this really lightly, and so he just starts having fun. Of course, Naruto, using ice release, is able to destroy all 4 hearts, and last is Kakazu, and here is where Naruto actually shows off his true strength, and so he actually creates an ice release Rasen Shuriken, which actually then Naruto throws at Kakazu. He doesn't even use it as per normal like he did in the original. Literally throws at Kakazu, and Kakazu kind of gets annihilated. Kakazu goes flying up in the air, actually destroying his body and everything. But then small fragments of ice start falling. They're actually really light, so they don't hurt anyone. But of course, this actually starts freezing the air, and of course the environment around them actually starts getting colder, and the temperature drops drastically. And so that is actually the effect of Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, the ice freezing Rasen Shuriken. But of course you can have another effect to actually freeze the whole entire battleground. Of course, how the temperature is actually lowered. That actually helps Naruto with his ice release, so it's much easier for Naruto to use ice release. And if the temperature drops enough, Naruto could just use water, which is much faster than using ice, because he always has to decrease the temperature of his water and literally add wind release to it and literally make it into ice. But here you can just use water and literally just freezes as fast as whatever. And you know what I mean. Anyways, Now, of course, Naruto and Team 10 and Team 7 actually return, and here is where Naruto actually asks the Hokage to let him out of the village for a few days, and the Hokage asks why, and Naruto says that he has some things to do, and basically the Hokage Jiraiya asks exactly why and the details of Naruto and why does he want to do this, and basically Naruto then says that they'll need the Hokage here, the third Hokage, and the third Hokage is actually summoned, and so he actually comes with it, with his pipe and one arm, with his one arm behind his back, and he's like, yeah, Naruto, what do you want? And basically, of course, Naruto here says, you may as well just tell the truth about Itachi by now. And basically, the Hokage widens his eyes and says, how did you come to find out? And Naruto says, I have my own little secrets, but you may as well just tell the Hokage so then I can go save Itachi Uchiha. After all, he is dying. He needs to be cured. He's a great shinobi, and he can help out the Leaf in many ways. You know that yourself, Hokage. Old man, come on, tell Jiraiya Sensei. And basically, of course, then Hiruzen actually, tells the whole entire story to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya is literally fuming. Is that how could you let such a young boy do this at such a young age? Hokage, are you out of your mind? And basically, not then says Jiraiya Sensei, calm down, it's fine. So Itachi Uchiha did it out of his own free will. He even had the choice to actually buy the Hokage time instead of killing his whole entire clan. So it was literally Itachi's decision. You do not have to blame the Hokage for Itachi's wills or Itachi's, wishes. And I will help Itachi Uchiha out. And I'll bring back Sasuke afterwards. And basically, of course, Naruto goes to Itachi, and here he actually takes Tsunade. Yes, Tsunade goes with him because he doesn't know if Itachi will have to do things. For example, talk to Sasuke and everything, but whatever. Anywho, Naruto arrives with Tsunade, and of course here Tsunade and actually heals Itachi within a few days, and Itachi was on his own because he wasn't in any missions for the Akatsuki right now, same as Kisame actually went off on his own just to have his own little fun. But still, 4 days later Itachi is fully healed, and his illness was actually cured by both Naruto and Tsunade. Anywho, after this, Naruto tells Tsunade that he can handle the rest from here, and Tsunade's that you show Naruto, and Naruto's that you don't have to worry about me. Plus, I have Itachi with me. Itachi will be a pretty good help to me. And anywho, of course, Kisame arrives, and here, of course, he sees Naruto there, and Naruto actually wants to kill Kisame, but then, of course, Itachi then says to let him handle it because he needs to, get used to his new abilities. Not new abilities, like, he couldn't do things that he can do now because he's cured, and so he takes care of Kisame easily, killing him in the process. And yeah, anywho, now of course they Naruto actually takes Kisame's body and then does a Rasen Shuriken outside somewhere far away from Itachi. Itachi actually went with him, and so now Itachi actually has an excuse, and they actually had a meeting the day before Sasuke actually got arrived. And basically here, of course, now the Akatsuki asked where Kisame was, and then basically Itachi tells him that they actually encountered Naruto Uzumaki, the Naruto's Jinchuriki, and they had to fight him. And of course, the Akatsuki actually know that Naruto is actually pretty freaking overpowered right now, and so they find out about Kisame's death, and that wasn't true. Itachi did most of the work. Naruto just got rid of the body, and basically they asked where Kisame's body was, and he said that Naruto Uzumaki used a technique called the Rasen Shuriken. It wasn't this, and it was pretty much a one-shot kill, and he actually disintegrated Kisame's body. I couldn't retrieve any parts of his body, anything from his body, even Samehara, who got destroyed. And of course that's a lie. Samehara actually remained, and Naruto was gonna give it to someone. He actually kept it in a scroll. Anywho, now of course Itachi hangs up the whole meeting thing, and the next day Sasuke still kills Orochimaru here. Naruto's not too surprised because he knows that he did it in the original, so he doesn't really care now. And plus, Orochimaru never dies, so technically he's still alive some way or somewhere in this world. You know, he knows Orochimaru is hiding there somewhere. He doesn't care where, but he knows he is there. Anywho, after this, of course, Naruto stops Team Heavy. Yes, Team Heavy from actually crossing, and it was only Sasuke who's allowed, and Sasuke asks why Naruto is here, and Naruto just tells him to go on ahead if he wants to fight, you know, Itachi. And basically, Sasuke was kind of confused, but he had, you know, more important matters to handle, and so he went off on his own. Anywho, now Naruto, of course, what's his name? Suigetsu, because Suigetsu was actually getting bored, and basically here Naruto could actually feel the whole entire fight, and Itachi was actually holding back all the way until, you know, the Kirin actually was summoned. And here is when Naruto actually steps in. Naruto ends the fight with, you know, Suigetsu. And remember, Suigetsu is a good guy in the future, and Naruto knows that himself. So he doesn't really want to hurt Suigetsu or kill him in any sort of way. Naruto then actually teleports towards, you know, Itachi. Well, not teleports, body flickers towards Itachi, and here is Naruto actually, you know, protecting Itachi with one of his Truth Seeker orbs, actually creating a dome around them. Yes, a Truth Seeker dome. It was pretty much the same thing that, you know, Obito used to protect himself from the tailed beast, or, you know, the quadruple 10-tailed beast BS thing that kind of would have annihilated the whole entire Shinobi Alliance. But it is what it is. Anywho, now Naruto and Itachi actually look at Sasuke, and Sasuke was completely baffed. Of course, then they actually tell Sasuke to come down, and they explain everything, and then Itachi shows what he showed Sasuke in the War Arc, well, you know, against at the end of, you know, Kabuto's fight, and you know how Itachi was about to go, and I cried a few times. I still cry when I watch it, but it is what it is. Anywho, of course, Itachi well, showed Sasuke what he showed him in the original, and here Sasuke broke down into tears and just hugged his brother, you know, out of just love, no spite, just love. And here is where the big changes happen. Of course, Naruto knew that the Akatsuki were actually meant to recruit Sasuke, and yeah, that never happened. So Naruto actually returns to the village, but here is where the changes actually truly happen. Naruto then tells them that they should actually, you know, try to awaken the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, because Itachi was already losing vision. Remember, Itachi was still half blind. Even though he was cured, his blindness was never cured. His illness was cured, which actually drastically affected the fight. But of course, Naruto knows that Itachi always was going blind, and Sasuke actually went blind during, you know, his fight against Danzo. And just saying, Sasuke awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan actually when he actually found out the truth about, you know, Itachi, and so they actually transplanted their own eyes. And here is where, you know, the fight against Pain and Jiraiya was actually meant to happen, and it still happens. Yes, Jiraiya actually leaves because his spy network was always still going, even though he wasn't like literally a big part of it like he used to be back in the days. He found out about, you know, the Akatsuki's the Akatsuki leaders, you know, hideout, and so he actually leaves the village in Tsunade's hands. And Naruto actually wasn't expecting this. Once he actually returned, well, this happened in the dark, so basically he didn't know. And once he found out, he's a nope, and so he started body flickering, you know, towards Jiraiya. But of course, by the time he actually arrived, the fight was already over. For some reason, he couldn't find Jiraiya's body, and there was blood on a rock. Of course, then Naruto got worried, but then actually, you know, Naruto reverse summoning jutsu himself to Mount Miyaboku, and asked the Elder Toad where Jiraiya Sensei was. And basically Naruto is actually in Sage mode because he needed to sense where Jiraiya was, and so he actually couldn't sense him anywhere, not in Mount Myoboku. He couldn't sense him anywhere, outside in the Rain Village or anything. And so he actually came to Mount Myoboku and basically found him there. Of course, Naruto then started healing him with his Kurama Chakra, and here Naruto got the key, to the cage by the Elder Toad. The Elder Toad actually summoned the Toad that actually had the key and gave it to Naruto. Naruto actually opened the cage, and Kurama was finally free. Finally free. Of course, then Kurama was like, you took your damn time, you dumb brat. And of course, Naruto's like, listen, everything had to go according to my plan. If I've messed up even a bit, I could have altered the whole entire reality. I know I already altered most of it, but still, if I altered it any more, I could have actually destroyed this timeline too. You never know. And plus, I'm still not strong enough to handle Ishiki. I need to get even stronger. I somehow need to find the power, enough power to destroy Ishiki. And basically, of course, he's talking about the Karma Seal. He's already planning on killing Kaguya. Kaguya really stands no chance against Ishiki, but still, Kaguya was a lot weaker than Ishiki Otsutsuki. And just saying, Hokage Naruto, Hokage motherfucking Naruto, and adult Sasuke can barely handle a 5% powered Ishiki in Jigen's body. So technically, how the hell are they going to handle a 100% Ishiki? And Ishiki was 100% back in them days, yeah, when Kaguya and them, how they were trying to sacrifice Kaguya. And yeah, sorry, if you're watching the series, you must know about, the first part. If you're not, I don't know why you're here, but still, this is a spoiler series, so I'm sure that only people who don't care about spoilers are here, so that's why I'm not going to put a warning. But still, it has been said that Kaguya was going to get sacrificed in the latest chapter. This was revealed and everything, and so technically Naruto is thinking, Naruto doesn't know about the sacrifice and everything, but he still needs the Karma Seal, just like his son. Of course, he's still going to allow his son to get the Karma Seal, but still, he needs the Karma Seal to actually put up a fight. And he believes that if he can master the abilities of the Karma Seal, he will get, the power, enough power to actually beat Ishiki. Of course, Kaguya was stronger than Hagoromo. I'm pretty sure, yes. Hagoromo was weaker because he had to fight, with his brother and seal her away. And remember, it took them months of fighting, I'm pretty sure. And Sasuke, remember, Sasuke and Naruto both struggled against Kaguya to seal her away. And just saying, I'm kind of breaking down everything right now. But still, and if adult Sasuke and adult Naruto can't even handle a 5% Ishiki, and they're much stronger, they could handle Kaguya easily by now. I'm pretty sure. There's no freaking way Naruto with his new transformation BS thing cannot handle Kaguya easily. He could have killed Kaguya, he could have annihilated her, even without the transformation, guys. Like, Sasuke and Naruto together, they would annihilate her. There would be no escape for Kaguya. Kaguya would have no chance. It would be a one-sided fight the whole time, and Kaguya would be dead. Anywho, of course, Naruto then actually doesn't really understand how to get any more power, but then the Sage of Six Paths appears again. He speaks up saying that Naruto Uzumaki, you haven't mastered my strength yet. I know you come from the future and everything, but still, you still haven't found the way to actually unlock all of my chakra. Once you do, you shall gain even greater strength. Not only do you already have the Rinne Sharingan, or the Rinnegan, but still, you can gain even more strength by mastering all of my abilities. Once you unlock all of my chakra, one day you will get all of my chakra and you will unlock all of my abilities. And if you stack the Karma Seal of my mother on it, you will get even stronger than that. And just saying, I'm pretty sure Kaguya is weaker than Momoshiki. Yes, I'm pretty sure of that, because like adult Sasuke and Naruto had to fight pretty hard, and them two together are pretty much easily overpowering Kaguya. But it is what it is. Anyway, Kaguya was a really bad villain before this, but of course now that we got an insight of what really went down back in the days, and just saying, that was a bit of a they actually rewrote the story, the background story, and everything, which was actually pretty good. It actually gave Kaguya some more. It gave us some more understanding of Kaguya, because Kaguya was really like, you couldn't you there wasn't much understanding of Kaguya. She was just a rushed villain, to be honest. Like, I don't know where she arrives and she gets annihilated. Come on, guys. Like, I know the anime did try to explain a bit more by flashbacks and everything, but still, it really did nothing. But still, now, of course, we know that Kaguya was meant to be a sacrifice and everything, and it's understandable that Kaguya wanted a whole army to protect herself. But let's not get into that. I don't want to geek out or anything. But anywho, of course, now after this, Naruto understands and actually begins to meditate in Mount Myoboku, while Jiraiya actually went off on his own. Jiraiya actually returned to the Leaf Village, and of course he told Naruto about the upcoming fight that he'll have to fight, and just saying it will be a bit later, because you know how Sasuke didn't join the Akatsuki. Here Pain is the one who will have to capture Killer Bee, and here of course Killer Bee will have to get captured. Naruto of course doesn't know about this, because he's in Mount Myoboku trying to master the Sage of Six Paths powers, and just saying Jiraiya's actually let on to Naruto's secret, and Jiraiya is ecstatic to hear about this. He's ecstatic to hear about that Naruto, of course, became the seventh Hokage, and he saved the whole entire Shinobi world. But of course, in the end, it all pretty much failed because of one godly enemy or foe, and he can understand why Naruto failed. It wasn't his fault, and plus Jiraiya really wouldn't have made any difference. Like, he died against Pain, which Naruto was able to annihilate in the end. But still, anywho, of course, Naruto kept training for the 2 weeks that he actually had of training, and returned to the village to actually see that nothing happened. But then actually heard the news about Killer Bee, the 8 tails being captured, and Naruto wasn't expecting this. Naruto didn't actually expect this, and just saying, Sasuke and Itachi are still healing from the transplant, and just saying that is because I'm pretty sure Obito used some next up type of transplanting, especially because he had the Hashirama Souls. So who knows, if Sasuke could have actually got Hashirama Souls, but of course that's not stated anyway, so I'm probably wrong, most probably wrong, like 90% wrong, but still, you never know. And that's only for plot convenience that I'm making Sasuke and Itachi's recovery a bit later, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure you guys know how it goes on my channel. But anywho, of course, now Naruto, who was pretty freaking worried about Killer Bee, and was hoping that he actually survived, and so he actually goes off on his own to actually find Killer Bee, and he actually arrives at Killer Bee's Killer Bee where he fought Sasuke, because he knows about this location, and the only reason that is because the the Raikage still wanted a 5 Kage summit, because he wanted to actually find out why Pain did this, and basically, of course, he's a rain shinobi. There is no rain, there is no Kage for the rain. I'm pretty sure the only leader is Hanzo, not Danzo, but still, of course, he wanted a 5 Kage summit to actually understand and what the Akatsuki is, because he knows that the Akatsuki is actually had members from different villages. For example, the five great villages, for example, the Sand, the Leaf, and everything. And yeah, of course, and plus he wanted to subdue the Akatsuki as fast as possible, especially because they captured pretty much every single tail beast, and except for the One Tails, which I actually got half of basically, and Naruto, which is the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails is the strongest tail beast right now. But it is what it is. Anyway, now, of course, Naruto, actually understanding the situation, he actually goes off on his own to actually trace back, Killer Bee, and using the Six Path Sage mode, sensory ability, actually finds Killer Bee and actually breaks into the Akatsuki, layer. Of course, the Akatsuki had all of the Pains, Nagato, Konan, and Obito, and also Zetsu. So, of course, since Kisame is out, Kisame really wasn't there, and Itachi's in the village. Itachi just recovered, and Naruto went off on his own. Even though Sasuke wanted to go and help Naruto, remember Sasuke and Naruto are pretty much best friends now, because Naruto helped Sasuke actually reunite with his brother and everything. But no, Naruto said no to it because he knows that this is because of himself, and Itachi actually wanted to help, but in the end understood that Naruto was desperate to do this on his own, because he knows about Naruto's true identity right now, that he came back from the future, and Naruto is taking full responsibility for this, and he can see that Naruto was extremely worried, because he could see it in his eyes, and basically of course Itachi realized that there must be something different from this timeline and the Naruto's timeline, and so he actually told Sasuke to actually trust in Naruto and let him do this on his own. And of course at first Sasuke was like, are you out of your mind? Naruto wants to go against Akatsuki on his own, and basically of course then Itachi says Naruto's more than capable enough to handle the Akatsuki on his own, to be honest, Sasuke. And basically of course Naruto's like, Sasuke is like, what do you mean? It's the whole Akatsuki. And basically of course then Naruto explains that the Akatsuki has been weakened, heavily weakened, especially because Itachi's out, Kisame, one of the strongest fighters, is out, and of course other people like Kakuzu, Hidan, Sasori, Deidara, and of course there aren't many people, and they don't know about right now. Naruto actually does know, but of course Sasuke doesn't really know, but is what is. Anywho, now after this of course Naruto is on his own, and he actually comes in and actually disrupts the not the five Kage summit. He disrupts the ceiling of the Eight Tails, and the Eight Tails, if the One Tails took 3 days to get sealed, the Eight Tails would have took a lot longer. I'm pretty sure of that. And so if we do the maths, 3 times 8, do that please. 3 times 8, 8, 16, 24, 24 days. I'm joking, but of course we don't really know, and I'll just say 3 days, and Naruto was actually able to arrive on the last day, which then actually saved, of course, Killer Bee and Gyuki. Of course, most of Gyuki was sealed away into the Gedomazu, but that Naruto really couldn't do anything about that. But it is what it is. Anywho, now after this, Naruto, of course, was pretty pissed off that he couldn't do anything to help, Killer Bee, but he was able to save him, and he was actually able to escape the Akatsuki, even though he could have took them all on right now. Naruto really wasn't fully ready and capable for it, and so he actually said no to it. And especially because Killer Bee was unconscious, he couldn't just fight all out with with actually trying to take care of Killer Bee while fighting. Of course that could end up in Killer Bee's death, because you'd never know. The Akatsuki are foes that Naruto knows that he shouldn't mess with, and so he doesn't want to mess with them. And so anywho, after this, now Naruto of course starts heading towards the Cloud Village. The Cloud Village. And of course the Cloud is extremely grateful to Naruto for returning Killer Bee to them. But of course after this, the Cloud actually sent a message to the Raikage, telling the Raikage that Killer Bee has been saved by Naruto's Maki, a Leaf Shinobi, which of course Jiraiya wasn't aware of, that Naruto actually went off on his own to save Killer Bee. And that was full like Jiraiya was like, wait, what? And of course Tsunade, who actually went with Jiraiya, and Kakashi as well, they were all dumbfounded. They were like, wait, what? Hold up, what just happened? What? And it is what it is. Anywho, now of course since Jiraiya went to the Five Kage Summit, the person left in charge was actually the third Hokage, who of course the third Hokage has experience of being the Hokage, since he is the third Hokage. But it is what it is. Anywho, after this, of course, Naruto, sorry, not Naruto, of course, since Gaara is there, and Naruto actually is at the Cloud Village, Obito actually decides to go to the Five Kage Summit and actually declare war on the Five Nations. Of course, since the Leaf Village was never destroyed, Naruto still doesn't have, the recognition of his village. But of course, the Allied Shinobi forces were still created, and since Kabuto was still around, with his new Sage mode and his new dragon mode or something, whatever he wants to call it. He did say that he became a dragon now. He's no longer a snake, or his Sage mode is not a snake, he's a dragon now. But of course, that doesn't really matter to us. Anyway, of course, Kabuto still offers, his aid in the war, to the Akatsuki. And here, the Akatsuki still has Pain and Nagato. And so, of course, Nagato, Naruto still wants to give Nagato the information that he will be the one to actually carry out his dreams and bring peace to the shinobi world. But it is what it is. That doesn't matter right now. Naruto has more important matters to deal with right now, especially because the war began. The war is completely different, and it began like out of a whim, pretty much, because Naruto kind of effed up this timeline. But it is what it is. The war begins as per normal, and Naruto, since he actually has KCM2 and everything, he's actually in the war. Here, of course, Madara gets revived straight away since Itachi wasn't there, and Nagato is actually one of the fighters. Nagato, of course, was still used in the end. Well, not used. Of course, Sasuke and Itachi went together to actually stop the reanimation jutsu, and so then after this, Naruto actually went to Nagato to actually stop Nagato from doing all of this, because he doesn't want this world to end and everything. And so he actually told Nagato that he will be the one to stop the cycle of hatred, and Nagato actually trusted in Naruto, and so he was actually willing to give Naruto his eyes. But of course, then Naruto declines, saying that he can just come back to the Leaf Village. But out of nowhere, of course, Obito arrives, and Obito then of course steals Nagato's eyes, and of course Nagato is now blind. And of course Conan actually tried to fight back, tried to fight off Obito, but then both her and Nagato got killed, literally killed in front of Naruto, and Naruto really couldn't do anything, because Obito just appeared and literally put his hands into their necks and just killed them. And basically then Obito actually, of course, got the two Rinneguns, and of course Madara was already out of Kabuto's reanimation jutsu, since Kabuto he broke out of the reanimation jutsu, how he was being controlled. He broke out of the control, and so he was a free reanimation, and so he was actually fighting in the war, and the five Kage still fought Madara, and they got annihilated. And in the end, of course, the Ten-Tails still got revived with the little chakra of the three-tailed beasts that weren't sealed away. The Ten-Tails was revived, and of course now Obito and Madara fight off Naruto. But Naruto's actually a lot stronger here, and he was actually taking on the Ten-Tails easily. With ease, he was actually able to take it on. And now of course, all the shinobi were fighting together. There were two people with perfect Susanos, and yeah, the war was going extremely easy for Naruto. And but of course Naruto had to still somehow get Kaguya to get revived. Of course, Naruto didn't really want to get anyone else killed in this lost fight, pretty much. But still, then of course Obito still went to fight with Kakashi, and so the fight actually began. Once Obito returned, of course he still became the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, and here Naruto actually took this opportunity to actually use this. And basically, of course, in the end, the same things happen as per normal, how Obito actually gets beaten by Sasuke and Naruto's, and the power of friendship. But still, after this, now Naruto's, Maki, and the rest actually got killed off by they didn't get killed, since the Sage of Six Paths, the Sage of Six Paths of this world is still alive. Of course, here the sage actually gave well, still Naruto needed that seal again, because of course Naruto lost that seal once he actually, you know, became, well, one with the sorry, once, I'm pretty sure they both lost the seal once, you know, Kaguya got sealed away. And so here Naruto, of course, um, still got killed. Well, Naruto got killed, and of course Sasuke got killed as well. And they still met the Sage of Six Paths, but here the Sage of Six Paths realized what Naruto was, and so he told Naruto that does he really need any power? And basically Naruto's like, I mean, not really, other than, you know, you unlocking the tail beast chakra within me, and that is the only reason the Sage of Six Paths was helpful to Naruto, and he still got the seal. And now, of course, Naruto being Naruto, just saying, I forgot, Naruto still got the chakra from the tail beast again. But anywho, now Naruto, pretty much being the Jinchuriki of all the tail beasts, of course returns with all the power as usual. And here Naruto, actually, thanks to the Sage of Six Paths, actually unlocked the rest of the Sage's powers that, of course, Naruto got from the Sage of Six Paths himself. Of course, Naruto unlocked all those powers, and yeah, Naruto was actually able to use the powers of the Sage of Six Paths. And once Kaguya was actually revived, of course, Naruto actually teleported everyone away. Warped everyone away, even you know, Sakura, Kakashi, Obito, Sasuke, and of course, at first everyone was confused. Sasuke was like, "What are you doing, Naruto? Do you want to die? Is this a suicide mission for you?" And basically Naruto's like, "Just leave it to me, Sasuke. I have my own motives. I'm sorry." And basically, of course, now Naruto was left with Kaguya, and basically Naruto's like, "Kaguya Otsutsuki, are you ready to die?" And as he says that, Kaguya, of course, Zetsu starts laughing, and basically now Naruto blitzes Kaguya. At first, he actually, you know, knees her to the, you know, stomach, and then basically Naruto roundhouse kicks her into the ground, and basically throws a Rasen Shuriken at her. But of course, this wasn't enough to, you know, beat Kaguya, and Kaguya actually decided to go all out from the very beginning. And now Naruto actually decides to go all out, and he actually doesn't use the forbidden form, because he's much stronger than he actually has power beyond the forbidden form's, you know, power. And basically, so now Naruto actually goes into his, you know, his Kurama avatar, and of course Kurama's like, "Are you ready, Naruto?" And basically Naruto's like, "Oh, I was born ready." And yeah, of course, then Naruto actually uses all the tail beast's chakra to actually boost his own strength up, and then actually uses, you know, the 9 Truth Seeker orbs to actually create Rasengans, the base of the Rasen Shuriken. And then Naruto actually decides to add all the tail beast chakra and together, and plus actually boost it with the Sage of Six Paths powers that he has. And he was actually able to create, you know, generate enough power to actually put a fearful look into Kaguya's, you know, eyes. And Naruto in the end actually throws it, and of course kills Kaguya in the process. Of course, now Naruto, getting the Karma Seal, realizes that he's even stronger now, and he's already able to use the warping ability because of his universal understanding. Of course, that is only for things that Naruto possesses. He can't do it for other things. Something that I always say is a universal understanding. But the thing is, even if he has that, it doesn't really make sense, because then he would have understood Boruto's Karma Seal, if you think about it. And so I have to make sure that I have to, you know, tell you that. And is what it is. Anywho, of course, Naruto, since there was no pain arc, Naruto never got to, you know, hear Hinata's confession, but Hinata still had those feelings, and Naruto still loved Hinata, because Hinata is his wife, basically. And so, in the end, you know, a few years passed, and Naruto kept, you know, stalking Hinata, basically, while actually training and getting stronger. And just saying, Naruto is OP as hell, like, literally, so strong. Naruto is actually planetary level. He can beat Momoshiki easily. He can one-shot Momoshiki, and basically Ishiki, of course, he's actually stronger than Ishiki right now. Well, 30% Ishiki at well, but Naruto, that's only when Naruto's actually using only 10% of his power. The Sage of Six Paths powers that he got, and the powers of the Sage of Six Paths himself, and also the Rinne Sharingan that he can activate and deactivate, and also Kaguya Otsutsuki's, Karma Seal, and the power that he gets from it. And every time when Kaguya and him actually, unite forces, and basically Kaguya came to an understanding with Naruto that Naruto's stronger than her, and she actually, gave all her strength to Naruto, realizing that she will be protected in this Karma Seal by Naruto until the day he dies. And basically, of course, Naruto is an Otsutsuki, so technically he can't really die if you think about it. But still, Kaguya knows that Naruto will be able to protect her, and she's safe in this Karma Seal, and so she's actually relieved. She doesn't have to be the sacrifice. And basically, no, Kaguya did explain everything to Naruto, and Naruto actually felt sympathetic for Kaguya, because Kaguya only did all of that to protect herself, basically, and children in the process at the same time, if you think about it. But it is what it is. Anyway, after this, of course, Naruto still goes through the same process as, meeting Tonari, and blah blah blah. Of course, he still has Boruto and Himawari, and Boruto gets given the Jogon by Tonari. And of course, then Momoshiki came around a few years later, and here, something that I forgot to mention, Naruto actually trains Boruto and Himawari. Himawari even from a younger age than Boruto. Still, Boruto started at the age of 7, and Himawari started at the age of 5, I'll say. And it is what it is. I'm pretty sure Himawari is actually 4 years younger than Boruto. Yeah, she is, I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me quickly make sure of that. Sorry, 5 years older. So I'll say that Himawari started at the age of 5, and no, sorry, not the age of 5. Boruto started at the age of 7, should be 2. It wouldn't make sense. But they started in different times, but Boruto started at the age of 7, and Himawari at the age of 5, because she got motivated, of course. But still, Boruto is the stronger one here, and he's the main character right now. And so, he's actually able to annihilate the Chunin exams without the cheats and everything. But in the end, he still wants to go save his father, because Naruto got captured purposely. And just saying, of course, Shikaku is still in, Gaara. Gaara died, but of course, in the end, Shikaku went back to Gaara, and Gaara got revived. And so, same as Killer Bee, just what happened in the original, because Killer Bee should have died when the tail beast got attracted, Yuki got attracted by Madara, just like what happened to Naruto, but it is what it is. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto actually allowed help to, Boruto, and Boruto was actually much stronger, and so Momoshiki had to go through a much more painful time with Boruto's Rasengan. And just saying, Boruto has techniques that people wouldn't know at the age of 12, but still. Anywho, that's where I'm gonna end off. Of course, we don't know much about Boruto, and I skipped most of Boruto because it was kinda trash. But of course, right now it is on fire. Boruto was a spoiled motherfucking brat at the beginning of the series. The amount of character development Boruto went through, it's actually amazing. It makes me cry on how much I missed out at the beginning. But still, I'm watching the anime and watching and reading the manga, not really watching the manga. That's impossible. But still, guys, like, if you are a Boruto hater, you don't understand. There is so much character development Boruto goes through, and if you're watching this and you're like, oh, you can't spoil the door, you can still join into the fire and literally just go through everything. Like, you can even restart if you want. You can read from chapter 1 all the way to chapter I'm pretty sure chapter whatever 52, 51. But still, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weebs here, and don't forget to get your beautiful merch from Beautiful Halo, link in the description below. You can get 5% off on your next $49 plus order if you use code MEME, MEME, and if it's over $99 plus, you can get 10% off with the same promo code. Anyway, also don't forget to use my link so you can support the channel, and remember, don't forget to subscribe to Kazama. Retreat started posting again, a Miniman123, and also don't forget to subscribe to my friend Hamesh. Go help him out. He's going to be uploading a bit more, I'm pretty sure, especially because half-term holidays are coming up. So basically, after this week, we get a 1 week break, and then we begin school again. Of course, that's where I'm going to begin school again, because basically, I'm having to self-isolate until Friday, and there's no really point. So I'm going to self-isolate. We'll do it up to Monday, and then I'm free. Anywho, that's where I'm going to end off. Don't forget to follow Shoker on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join the Discord server. All the freaking links are in the description below. If you do them once, you've done them. And if you're here, it's not going to be end of the squad today. It's going to be stay safe. Hashtag stay safe. Yeah. Anywho, hope you all enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weebs and my ducklings. You're dismissed and stay safe. That freaking virus is still there. I caught it myself. I jinxed myself. And don't be me. And yeah, peace. Stay alive.